On this episode of WGTV, the town of Prosper reveals how they managed the recent snowstorm.
Once the snowstorm started here in Prosper, our top priority is keeping people safe and making sure they had what they need as best we could.
The forming of a quartet of saxophones.
I play tenor sax, and I've done that for 2 years.
I'm the soprano saxophone player.
I was asked to join, and this is my first year playing baritone saxophone in the quartet.
And then I also play alto saxophone.
And a Walnut Grove soccer team that has not lost for almost 3 years.
The only way to go on the state rankings is down unless you stay number one.
These stories and more on this episode of WGTV. Good afternoon, Wildcats, and thank you for tuning in to this episode of WGTV. Live from the Grove, I'm Jackson Kingerski.
And I'm Kendall Barnes. Jackson, how was your Snowden break?
Well, I was really fortunate to have 4 days off, so I was loving every single moment of it.
Yes, it was amazing.
And now that we're back, we have many exciting stories coming up. But first, Kendall's going to catch you up on what's been happening at the Grove. Kendall?
Thank you, Jackson. While we were at home enjoying the break, the Wildcats cheer team went to Houston to compete in the NCAA Nationals. Coach Grobe shares her remarks on the Wildcat win.
So then you wait for awards and you're on stage and you just keep hearing all the other names get called and you pray that your name is left to be the top winner, and it was. And so it's a really cool feeling. Confetti flies and they bring out this huge banner which is up on our arena wall, and we get a huge trophy, and then later on comes our national ring. So we're excited to add another one of these to our collection.
The Grove's competition's cheer team's hard work has excelled through their practices and onto the mat. They hope that next year will be another Wildcat win. Speaking of next year, the Walnut Grove's counselors will be pulling students out of their English classes for discussion and revision of their 2026-2027 course selections. This will take place from February 17th through the 27th. Next, the Prosper ISD has announced that we will not have to make up the almost 4 days lost from the school year due to bad weather. Meaning on February 16th and February 13th, you will still have your long weekends. Alexandria Dawson covers what exactly the school board's responsibilities are when making decisions like these.
School board members are the force behind everything that happens in the district. January was School Board Recognition Month, and the theme was Together We Prosper. At its core, the school board is a team working to better prosper education.
I am a board member first and foremost, but I have my vote is just one vote, just like the other 6 board members. I wanted to be a part of the team that continued to do great things for the communities as a whole.
And myself, Bill Beavers.
Doing great things for a community means thinking beyond the present. It means looking at where students start and where they're headed next.
I think back to kind of the big difference from when I first got on the board to today. I feel like we're finally at the point where we just want students to be functioning members of society once they graduate, whether that's college, whether that's career, military, whatever it may be.
Whatever path students choose, Prosper is there to support them.
All that you see around you is stuff that y'all should be taking advantage of here in Prosper ISD, and you're doing that, so I'm very proud of y'all for that.
And students are doing just that. For WGTV, I'm Alex Dawson.
The 7 members of the Prosper ISD School Board make decisions that impact every single student and teacher in Prosper ISD. And be preparing for the Family Fun event on February 21st, the annual Frontier Parkway Fishing Tournament for ages 1 through 14. This is taking place from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at 1551 Frontier Parkway. Bring your own poles, bait, and coolers.
During the snowstorm, the town of Prosper and the district both had a lot of decisions to make. Christopher Munchmeyer covers how they were able to make it work.
For many students, the recent snowstorm meant no school and extra sleep. But for the town of Prosper and Prosper ISD, it meant quick adjustments.
Once the snowstorm started here in Prosper, our top priority is keeping people safe and making sure they had what they need as best we could. Keeping roads clear as best we could, treating roads as best we could.
One method the town used was by spreading a solution of concentrated salt water called brine.
So we started on Thursday with the brine, which is just that salt water mix that goes down into the concrete, and so that helps prevent ice from building up. And then during the storm, we retreated with brine to help melt some of that ice, and then we also treated with a sand and salt mixture that will help get tire traction on the roadways.
The Public Works Department worked around the clock keeping citizens safe. They did this not just on their own, but with the help of local police support.
What we do for monitoring is we listen to our public safety radio, so we can listen to calls. We watched our computer-aided dispatch system, watching for increase in calls. We also have some areas of the town that are covered by flock cameras. Typically, these cameras are used by our police department for investigative tools, but we reposition them to cover the roadways during this event to allow us to see where it was bad and where it was not bad.
As routines return, the impact of the storm can be seen in how the town of Prosper responded. For WGTV, I'm Christopher Munchmeyer.
With the snow and ice taking multiple days to melt, the roads and schools of Prosper were eventually able to go back to normal after just a week of being iced over.
In Texas news, the highly debated school voucher program called the Texas Education Freedom Accounts launched this past Wednesday. This initiative allows parents to apply for funding from the state so their child can attend private schools. As Kelly Hancock, a politician serving as financial advisor of public accounts, states that more than 20,000 students applied within the first day applications opened, leaving most Texans concerned on how this is going to affect the public school systems. The Central Texas Food Bank has recently partnered with the Austin's independent school districts to establish 6 new food pantries for elementary schools across their district. They hope this installation can provide help for the students that truly need it the most.
Musical groups are formed quite often. However, everyone usually plays a different instrument. Sloka Tanikela has a story on one quartet of saxophonists from Walnut Grove's band.
I play tenor sax, and I've done that for 2 years.
I'm the soprano saxophone player.
I was asked to join, and this is my first year playing baritone saxophone in the quartet.
And then I also play alto saxophone.
Together, they form a saxophone quartet.
We were at Chili's when we decided that name. It's the PB4 Quartet, and we were all sitting at the Chili's table laughing, and someone said PB4, and then we were all like, we like that.
But it's more than just a few letters.
It's anything that you want it to be, you know, like PB4 could stand for personal best, could stand for lead 4, could stand for anything that you want.
As they prepare for future performances, the group continues to focus on both collaboration and competition.
The Charleston International Contest, and it being an international contest, over 108 countries entered and 8,000 students entered, so us coming out first in our division was pretty big.
Although being in the quartet is a heavy time commitment,
the trade-off is that you're around some good people, you can make new friends, you're doing something at a very high level that not a lot of other seniors or just high schoolers in general can do.
It is really, really fun because you can make new friends and you have friends to hang around, but you're also doing things that are productive and you can compete, and it's fun to win when you're with your friends.
As they prepare for future performances, the group continues to focus on both collaboration and competition. For WGTV, I'm Sloka Tanikela.
As this group of musicians and friends continues to play and grow together, they're getting ready for next year's competitions and UIL for the Grove this year. And from Wildcat Fine Arts teamwork to Wildcat sports teamwork, let's see where the boys and girls are at with Luke Kemper in studio for this week's sports recap. Luke?
Thanks, Jackson. Let's kick things off with a moment shared around the Grove. On Wednesday, 6 Walnut Grove athletes took a major step in their collegiate career by officially signing with their colleges. Cheerleader Mila Ray signed with Purdue University. Football kicker Ryder Ranzer committed to East Central University. Running back Cameron Newton is headed to the University of Colorado. Offensive lineman Lucas Hickey committed to the Navy. Linebacker Brock Hatcher signed with Wichita Baptist University. And finally, wide receiver Zayden Crane is headed to Angelo State University. Now let's turn our attention towards the pitch. The Lady Wildcats took on the Lovejoy Leopards Monday night, fighting hard from start to finish, but came up short, losing 4-1. They were back in action Tuesday night at home against the McKinney North Lions. The Wildcats came out on top with a huge 5-0 win. Tonight, the girls will hit the road and travel to Anna to take on the Anna Coyotes. Likewise, the boys soccer team played Lovejoy on Monday and came out on top 3-0, continuing their 15-game winning streak. On Tuesday, they also played McKinney North. Wildcat boys played a close game but came out on top 2-1. Tonight, the boys will play the Anna Coyotes tonight at Chilton's Health Stadium. The boys will be looking to continue their 16-game winning streak. Moving to the court, boys and girls basketball played McKinney North on Tuesday. The boys won 66-54, moving their record to 20-8. Likewise, the girls came out on top 50-37. The girls now have a record of 28-5. Moving into our top three, the third play of the week moves to the green, where on Wednesday the Wildcat golf team traveled to the Bridges Golf Course and they showed out. Colby Fournier steps up to the tee and rips the drive right down the fairway. Then he sticks the approach on the green and calmly two putts his way into par. For Walnut Grove's second play of the week, we traveled to McKinney to take on the McKinney North Lions. After passing the ball around the court, Colin Anderson finally finds Monte Ellis Jr. in the paint, where he goes up and scores a crucial point for the team. For our number one play of the week, we head to the track. Ashton Fletcher tears through the 400-meter dash in 48 seconds, a time that is elite at the high school level. To put that in perspective, the fastest time ever recorded in Texas high school track is held by Jonathan Sims out of Allen High School. Set in 2023, he ran a 400-meter dash in 45.12 seconds. If this is where Fletcher is starting, there's no doubt there's much more coming for him this year. Coming back to boys soccer, Hudson Acosta covers the mental behind the players who have made this team such a powerhouse over the last couple seasons.
This season, the team didn't just win games, they made history. The last time the boys soccer team lost a game was April 4th, 2024, against Wakeland. Since then, they haven't lost a single game.
We were playing a game probably about a month ago, and a parent happened to post something or make a comment on one of our social media posts, and I thought that was insane. It was crazy. And then when I went back to look at it, looking at it, it's like, holy cow. I mean, it's very successful what the program as a whole has done.
Last year, boys soccer defeated the Southwest Dragons in the state championship. The whole team is responsible, but for senior goalkeeper Quinn Shelton, this hasn't always been the case.
It's unreal. Growing up, I wasn't on the best soccer teams, so I was pretty comfortable with losing. And now for high school, I don't even know what it's like anymore. I mean, the last loss was when I think I was 15 years old. I'm a completely different person, but over these years, I mean, we just haven't lost.
As a leader on the team, Quinn strives to keep his nerves at a low and help his teammates do the same. As a team captain this year, it will make all the difference to keeping their win streak.
You know, the only way to go on the state rankings is down unless you stay number one. And at the end of the day, it only matters where you are at the end. And so like last year's team, they finished number one. In this year's team, it doesn't matter if we're ranked number 1 or 300th. It matters where we are at the end of the year, and that's the most important aspect of it.
An undefeated season isn't just about staying number 1 across the state. It's about trusting in a team that will never back down. For WGTV, I'm Hudson Acosta.
The boys are currently on track to make the playoffs with just under 10 games left in district play to punch their ticket and potentially go back-to-back. That's all for your sports recap. For WGTV, I'm Luke Kemper. Back to you, Jackson and Kendall.
Thank you, Luke. That's all we have for today's episode of WGTV. Live from the Grove, I'm Kendall Barnes.
And I'm Jackson Kingerski. Thanks for watching, and remember, Wildcats, set the standard.